How's it going, guys? I've had a lot of requests as of late to review my AR-15. This is my main AR-15. This is the very first one that I ever purchased, and I put a lot of research into the AR-15 platform before I made my purchase, and really all my research kept coming right back to Smith & Wesson. And I'll tell you a reason. There's a bunch of reasons why. I'll get into that as the review progresses, but suffice it to say, this is my go-to rifle, and I'm going to kind of start from the front and work my way to the back, and just kind of show you guys how I've got it set up. It is safety checked, no problem. I'm not gonna go into that here, but just know that it's free and clear. A couple things about the M&P15 before we go on, before we progress here, is some of the things that kind of led me to the M&P15 is that you get some of the higher build quality in this rifle that you do in like your Noveskis, your LMT, LWRC, and you get that at a price point that is equal to the like Bushmaster, Stag, Rock River Arms, those kinds of quality, which I really consider more of a commercialized AR-15. So you get like the commercialized AR-15 price with some quality that's higher than the commercialized price. So that, and we'll talk a little bit about that as we go down. I'll point those quality points out to you. But for the most part, this is my go-to AR-15. So let's go ahead and start from the top and work our way down. Okay. So the very first thing that we'll talk about here is the flash suppressor here on the front. This is the YHM, the Yankee Hill Machine 5C2 flash hider. And let me tell you guys, I have shot this at nighttime shooting. I might even have a clip that I might roll in here. If not, it's because I couldn't find it. But but this thing really does well at nighttime shooting. It suppresses everything. If nothing, you have a few little sparks, but for the most part, all of your flash is completely gone. I fired I think XM193s at night, and also the American Eagle AE223. Absolutely no flash at all. It does exactly what it's advertised to do. So that's the YHM 5C2 Phantom flash hider. The barrel, okay, is an M4 profile barrel. It is a chrome line barrel, and for its accuracy, I think it's really good. Okay, its accuracy is on par, if not just slightly above par, for your standard chrome line barrel. It is a 4140 steel. I wish that this is the one thing on this rifle that I wish it had a little bit more of an upgrade to, and that is the barrel steel. It's a 4140 steel, which means it's a little bit softer steel when under heat. Okay, so when under heat, it tends to lose some of its rigidity. That really doesn't matter a whole lot unless you're pumping just hundreds of rounds through this gun in rapid succession. If you're just plinking, even if you're dumping like 2 or 3 mags at a time, it's not going to be an issue. It's only going to become an issue when this barrel becomes cherry red hot. And for the most part, that's just not going to happen in an AR-15 like this, okay, a semi-automatic. If you're fully automatic, then I'd want to have a better steel than this. The reason why this does is when it gets really cherry red hot, you might lose some of the tensile strength, or just rigidity of the barrel, and you can cause it to explode. That's just not going to happen with this gun. So, but I do wish it had like a 4150 or even like a mil-spec steel. But for the most part, 4140 is adequate, and enough said there. The M4 profile barrel, just fine with me. I think that it retains enough. I think that it gives enough heat off, and it also, handles heat plenty well with the M4 profile. I don't like pencil thin barrels, but I don't necessarily like a really heavy barrel on this kind of an application. Okay, there we go. All right, now moving back here, I want to talk a little bit about the gas block, because this is kind of unique to the M&P15. This is Smith & Wesson's proprietary gas block. One of the things about this is that it has a Picatinny rail on top of it, which is what the front sight is affixed to, but it's on the same plane, okay? It's on the same plane. Let me move this up just a little bit without just destroying my camera here. It's on the same plane as the Picatinny rail on the upper, okay? So that you can use the same plane or same height backup sights, okay? These backup sights are the YHM flip-up sights. They're spring-loaded, so they just pop up real nice, okay? There's your rear or your front. Let me open up the back here. There's your rear aperture, okay, and it has, you know, the dual aperture sight. Just your pretty standard sights. They fix in place, which is kind of nice. But anyway, these are on the same plane, so it kind of gives you more options than like say like on the Bushmasters where their sight is a little bit lower, and so you have to actually have a higher, you know, higher front sight in order for it to work. So I just think that that's a really nice option that Smith & Wesson thought out ahead of time to allow you to use more of your aftermarket accessories. One of the things with this gas block, okay, being Picatinny, a lot of people are going to want to put like, you know, your Magpul front sights on it. I just do not recommend putting a plastic sight on this gas block because of its high heat. Okay, it's going to generate a lot of heat as it channels those gases back up into the gas tube. And it might cause, you know, discoloration of the front sight. It might cause it to warp, lose zero, you name it. Just don't put a plastic sight on the front. Okay, go with a little bit nicer all metal backup sights, and you'll be just fine. Okay, so that's the gas block. Underneath you have a quick detach. A quick detach thing here. This is actually a Daniel Defense quick detach swivel that I've put onto it. Works really nice, and that's where I attach my sling here. So really nice little feature underneath there. For those of you that didn't know what that was, if you have one of those, it is for your quick detach slings. Okay, the Handguard is the Magpul original equipment, the Mo front grip. One of my favorite grips, probably my most favorite grip for your carbine length Delta ring laden AR-15s. Fantastic. Handles heat really well, and it's really lightweight. I have the Mo vertical grip on it, okay, Magpul vertical grip. I have a little piece of Picatinny rail here. I have had a bipod attached to this gun at one point in time. I've taken that off. It will probably be replaced someday. It depends on what exactly I do with this rifle in the future, but there's a little piece of Picatinny rail to attach something else there as well. Okay, moving back here, we have my main optic, which is the EoTech 512. This is the EoTech that has the night vision capable optics. Someday, if I ever get a wild hair, I might buy a night vision scope. Who knows? We'll see. But this is the two AA batteries. It uses, I have lithiums in there right now because of the weight, and the run times are a little bit better with the lithium. And they actually store better too. It has the single MOA dot surrounded by the 65 MOA ring. Someday I'm going to do a review on the EoTech. I think for sure it's warranted. It's an awesome, excellent optic. Okay, let's see. Magpul mags. The PMag is what I really love. The PMag. These are just some of the best. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. It's just the PMag. Okay. The grip is your standard Mo grip. Okay. I really love the Mo grip. I think this is one of the most ergonomic grips out there. I don't like the rubber textured one. This is just your standard Mo grip. In the handle itself, I have a set of AAA lithium batteries that I just kind of stick up in here. This is backup for the optic. Okay, so that's what I keep inside the handle there. Just some lithium, extra lithium AA's for the EoTech. On the back here is the just your standard Mo sliding rear stock. Okay, six position stock. It is not the CRT, the compression stock. I haven't. Someday I might swap it out. For the most part, a little bit of wiggle to me doesn't bother me at all, one bit, for this rifle. So that's just your standard Mo stock. Probably my favorite stock of all time for an AR-15. My sling here is a multicam. This is the VTac Tactics sling, padded sling with the multicam. And this is a really, really nice sling. I'll have to do a review on this separate because it's really a really well quality sling, and it's really, really good for quick deployment of the rifle. Awesome. Okay, now let's flip it over here, and we'll show you the other side here. We have just a little piece of Picatinny rail. This is so I can throw on the TLR 1S, okay, which is a weapon slide here, and then you can slide it right here on the side, and it functions perfectly, okay. M&P15 on the side here, kind of neat. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the internals of the gun. Okay, let's talk about the bolt carrier group. The bolt carrier group is your, I'm going to break the rifle down real quick here for you guys so I can show you the bolt carrier group in it, because it's kind of nice to be able to just kind of see it. Standard, I really have a standard just charging handle, nothing fancy on that at all, so nothing to see there. But one of the things I like about the Smith & Wesson, and this is one of the reasons that this is one of the things that sets it apart a little bit from your other commercialized AR-15, is the gas block, okay, or not gas block, the bolt carrier group and the bolts, okay. Smith & Wesson goes through the extra steps of shot peening the bolt face. It actually high pressure tests, does a high pressure shot test of the bolt, and it also magnetic particle inspects. You can see right there it'll say MP on the bolt. That stands for magnetic particle inspection. Okay, so it is a magnetically particle inspected bolt, and what I like about that is the fact that it just adds a little bit of extra confidence that that bolt is gonna stand up to years of abuse, okay? Years of shooting, years of abuse, and it's going to run a little bit better. You don't really, it's kind of a crapshoot with some of the other commercialized AR-15s, because they might batch test some of their bolts, but you don't know for sure if your bolt is being, is actually high pressure tested or not, or shot peened. Shot peening actually changes and hardens up the outer surface of the bolt face, and makes it a little bit more resistant to impact, okay? It does have what I term the AR-15 enhanced bolt on the back, okay? It's not the little sliver bolt. It has a little bit extra meat here. I've got a video on bolt carrier groups. If you check out my channel, you can look up the video on the bolt carrier groups itself. And that goes into further detail as to what to look for with your different bolt carrier groups. But you want to look for proper staking, which you can see on the M&P15 that the staking is excellent. Just overall, I think this in itself, if you're buying the M&P15, it's better to go with something that's a little bit more high quality over, like maybe a Bushmaster, which I own a Bushmaster. Okay, I own those. There's nothing really against those necessarily, except for the fact that I have a little bit more confidence in the internals of this versus the one on the Bushmaster. So anyway, that's one of the things that that I look for. Okay, get my hands cleaned off here a little bit. So anyway, that in general is how pretty much I run my AR-15. Anyway, guys, also this has the winterized trigger guard from Magpul, and it does have the additional rubber butt pad, just minute little details there. But for the most part, that's how I run my AR-15. Nothing super complicated about it, but just a good old standard setup. I really like it. This is, like I said, my go-to rifle. It's been 100% reliable. I've shot steel case, brass case, lacquered case, everything through this rifle, and I've never, ever, I've probably had 15 to 2,000 rounds through this, never had a single malfunction. There's been times I've gone 800 rounds without cleaning it, never had a problem with it at all. This thing runs fantastic. And I really love it. This is my favorite gun. So like I said, there are better guns out there, but for the most part, for the bang for your buck, for the quality of parts you're going to get in this rifle versus some of the other commercialized AR-15s, I think Smith & Wesson M&Ps, you can't really go wrong. They've changed up a few things in their lineup of, you know, in recent years. They've started melaniting the inside of their barrel, which I might do a video on that. That's a nitriding process that actually increases lubricity and decreases friction and increases the lifespan of the barrel, and it's a little bit, it's definitely a more accurate coating than your chrome line barrel. Whether or not it lasts as long as your chrome lining, I'm pretty sure it will. So, but anyway, they've been doing some of that, and they've been putting the 5R rifling, so 5 lands and grooves rather than 6, which deforms the bullet less. So they've been doing a couple things to their M&P series that's pretty intriguing, actually. And so this is, like I said, this one's a couple years old, and so it doesn't have some of those newer features, but I absolutely love it, guys. So anyway, that's just a quick overview of my AR-15. If you guys found this interesting, let me know what you guys think about it. If you have any feedback, I'd like to hear it. Anyway, guys, don't forget to rate, comment, share the video with your friends. It does help our video out and does help the channel grow, and I really, really, really appreciate it, guys. And as always, guys, thanks very, very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. See ya. Okay, guys, so what I have is the Rock River Elite Operator 2. Why I purchased this gun in the beginning, I bought it a couple months ago. The reason why I got it was I wanted to do like a higher end AR-15 build. Okay, so I was going to take this gun and I was going to put some improvements on it, and then I was going to, you know, just kind of customize it a bit to me and turn it into more like, I was going to put a scope on it and turn it into a little bit more of a long range shooting gun. Now, people are going to